Buongiorno, darlings. I hope you are all having beautiful, blessed days today. Today's video is a lot heavier than my normal videos. We're talking about past life sexual trauma today. So I would highly recommend that you pause this video. That's when you pause, and just kind of check in with yourself and see if you are ready and in a really comfortable, controlled, meditative state to watch this and to process this. This video is definitely not for kiddos, not for children. We're going to be talking about some heavier things, and my guides have just let me know that by watching this video and listening to the vibrations of it, you will be triggered. You will be triggered if you have experienced any sort of sexualization, any sort of past life sexualization, past life sexual traumas within this current reality, or if you are in the awakening process and you're really elevating into unity consciousness, you're going to be feeling a lot of these vibrations pretty intensely. So I highly recommend that you just take a moment, check in with yourself, and see if now is the time to watch this video. If not, come back to it at a later date when you feel like you're really super grounded and just in a space to receive some heavier vibrational unlockings within yourself. So please, I'll grab Jeffrey, take a moment and pause the video. And just see if today is the day for it. Because I have lots of other videos for past life tales of mine, and I have a bunch of other ones that I'm really going to be deep diving into, because I'm going to reference a really incredible channeler in the comments below, Ann Tucker, and she channels from the angelic realm, a really, really incredible teacher and guide. I'd highly recommend her content. And she has spoken before about how we, as multidimensional beings on this planet right now, we have access to all of our past lives and all of these moments and all of these understandings. I've always said it's like a can line of Sarahs in all directions, and I can see them all over there and see them all over there and check in with them. But, the more we heal our traumas in this life, for myself personally, I can only speak from my statements. I don't have as much access to deep dive into some of the trauma lifetimes that let me rephrase. There's a few lifetimes that I was adopted and really taken advantage of within that space. And the more work that I do with my birth parents in this lifetime, the less I see that lifetime because I don't need to. Because I heal in this time and space, so I didn't need to do those negative things in that time and space. So I would definitely recommend maybe some water, some rocks and stones around. Please get your journal, and actually, maybe for this one, watch it first and just see how you feel. See how you feel as we go through a little bit, because we're going to be talking about two very specific past lives, past lifetime views where I was sexualized. One was as a child, and one was just a very quick blip that I got of an adult. And so I can only speak from my statements. This is a full disclaimer where I am not a psychiatrist, I am not a psychologist. I am Sarah, a starseed, a spiritual counselor, and a healer. I come from a different time and space. I look human. I am in a human body, but I am definitely not human. I am here to help and to teach and to guide during the awakening process for humanity at this time. There are so many starseeds. We all, as human beings, have galactic DNA. I'm going to reference Elizabeth April, an incredible channeler and teacher, and I have been following that light worker and light being. She's helped me awaken in so many different ways. But for today, I'm terrified to do this video. Just my human Sarah is very terrified to do this video. So let's deep dive. So in this human lifetime, I, again, can only speak from my statements, and I have been sexualized and taken advantage of since I was a little kiddo. There's so much that my human brain has blocked out thank goodness for that. But, uncles, grandparents, just touching thoughts, all different things. I really didn't understand why I never spoke up. I just always felt very, very, very alone in that. There was a trauma that I experienced as a child where my grandmother was babysitting while my parents were in Florida, and long and short of it, she ended up pulling me down the hallway by my hair as I was trying to grab her and do kind of like a little monkey, like, why stop? And it was through plant medicine in 2021 that I had full access to this. That is definitely a story for another day. Because it was always kind of a little bit of a joke when I was growing up. Like, oh yeah, grandma did that to Sarah. Wasn't that, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So in 2021, I really unpacked it and, spoke to both of my birth parents about it. And what ended up happening is that, my parents were in Florida at the time. They were traveling and just on a holiday. And so we had contacted them after the event, after the experience. They didn't come home afterwards. And when they came home, there was really no, punishment, for lack of a better term. It was grandmother. Big Irish grandma that not threw the spoon at you, but threw the motherfucking pan down the hallway at you if you did anything. And bless her, she was a latchkey kid. She had tons of her own childhood traumas. And, we work on that in the astral. She's actually here with me now. And just, they do work on the other side. They do work on the other side. Death is definitely very different nowadays. But she's here now and she's sorry. But not so much so because I'm really grateful for her and now I have access to all of this knowledge and understanding. But okay, so the reason that I referenced that, although it was not sexual, I learned as a child in that moment that I do not have body autonomy, that anyone can touch me, hurt me, poke me, anything at all, and there's no punishment for it. I do not have control over who does what to my body. And that seed was planted back then. And so that continued throughout my entire life until now, processing childhood sexual trauma, processing, just being sexualized by my stepmother, all different things. So as we go through that and unpack it, and then the multidimensional view, all of my spiritual awakening, now having access to views of childhood or past life sexual traumas. So the first one that I want to talk about, and bless them, there's a lot of censorship and blocking that happens on all of these platforms. So I will speak very, I will try to speak openly as much as I possibly can about, the cabal and the Illuminati, because there are certain things that really stuck out for me in this one childhood lifetime. Basically, my family, my either father or grandfather in this past life that I'm talking about, tried to sell me into the child sex trafficking, tried to sell me into that, the cabal, the adrenochrome, tried to basically get it so that I was worth something to them. They tried to sell me into that. So one of the biggest memories that I have, because sound is very powerful, is I heard the clinking of my grandfather or father's shoes on the black and white checkered floor as I was being brought down a hallway, and I was being held over their shoulder. Actually, as I was going in and I was walking next to him. And this is all, these are views that are really coming to me now. I can hear the clanking of his shoes. It's a very 50s vibe for me, very he has a hat on and stuff like that. And I have those socks that have the little ruffles on them, the white socks that, have the little ruffles on them. And so I'm being led down this black and white checkered hallway, and I'm being brought into this room, and there are lots of people that are in these big robes. Either they're red robes, hooded robes. I can see white, black, and red, just red robes. And there's a big table, a platform that all of these beings are standing around. And my guides give me views over here, so I apologize if I'm not looking directly at you, but I see my view over here. So they're trying to sell me into this space to profit off of me. And so what ends up happening, and again, this is intense. So if at any point in time this is too much for you, please just pause the video, come back to it at a later time. Just want to brazenly put that out there. So the biggest theme in all of these past lives of mine is that I was quiet as a motherfucking mouse. Quiet as a mouse. So we're going to cut to Sarah as a child being taken advantage of by all of these hooded beings and raped on the table in front of everyone. And I was such a disappointment because I did not cry. I did not lash out. I was just laying there like, yeah, okay. And there's something to the screams. Insert Monsters Inc. here. Just saying. There's something to the screams that is necessary for the extraction of the adrenochrome. And I've done no research into this. This is literally just popped into my brain. I'm not a specialist in this. This is just things that have popped into my brain. So please do not take any of this as doctrine. These are just my personal I statements and experiences. So sorry, that's my human avatar getting so uncomfortable with this. Channeling is a horse of a different color. So I'm on the table and they're trying, I want to say that there were 3 people that tried to take advantage of me and to get me to scream. And I just was like, no, this is casual stuff. Like this is casual stuff. And so then cut to, they couldn't use me. I was not sellable. I was, and now cut to my grandfather or father taking me out of that white and black checkered floors. But now I'm thrown over the shoulder. Now I'm thrown over their shoulder, like a bag of trash. Like, fuck, we really tried to get some money off of you, kid, and you did not perform. You did not perform. Yeah. So that was the kiddo one. That was the kiddo one. So there's a lot within the world that's coming out right now about the child sex trafficking, about the government and the entertainment industry, all kind of being a part of that and covering it up, but it's hidden in plain sight. It has to be hidden in plain sight. So it's, the Monsters Inc. that I'd referenced, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's actually happening. And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that all of these seemingly lovely, wonderful things are actually pretty freaking gross and pretty sexualized and pretty traumatizing. And so for a lot of people, as you awaken, you go into the bliss of, oh my God, like we're living in a matrix reality. We can have all these things. You can manifest all this great stuff. And then you're like, wait, Disney's run by pedos? What? Tom Hanks did what? Oprah? Gaga? Oh my God, just like Katy Perry. Oh my God, the whole thing. Okay, so just want to, it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's okay. It's okay. So, okay, now let's go to, I had a very, very quick blip. Sometimes these past lives just like come in, like you just get an entire download and it's just like and you just have a complete understanding of a full lifetime. So cut to, I don't remember what I was doing. I was like, it was something that was going on and I got this incredibly big download because I know that like I am an Aries sun, Capricorn moon, Scorpio rising. So regardless of what all of that means, I'm basically like Mars, I'm double run by Mars and Pluto. And so Aries is run by Mars, Capricorn is run by Saturn, and Pluto is run by, or Scorpio is run by Mars and Pluto. So I have 2 Mars planets within my big 3 makeup. So I definitely have a significant amount of past lives as a warrior-esque. The one most powerful view that I have with my future husband in this lifetime, the last time I saw his eyes, literally were being like laid down to be beheaded, and we're covered in blood after this incredible massive battle that we, were won and winning and all these things, and we're on the table and they're about to behead us, and we just look over at each other and we're just like gazing into each other's eyes in complete bliss, and he just says, "I'll find you again, my dear. It doesn't matter how many lifetimes, I'll find you again." So I know that I have some military, some warriorness, some heatedness within myself. And so this past life sexual trauma, I found to be very poignant. So I was the first female in a certain branch of the military. The first female that I do not have any understanding of I've done no research. I know nothing of tiers, of military, of any of that. But it was like, that was the first female in maybe the army or something like that. I'm getting a view of training under the barbed wire, where I'm in the mud and I'm doing this and I'm like, you can do it. And insert a significant amount of daddy issues right here. That was what, this is all coming to me now. Okay. So I think that I recognize that my father just wanted a son in this lifetime. He just wanted a motherfucking son, and he got a chick. And so I knew that I was a disappointment to him. So I went into the military. I said, I will prove him wrong, and vagina be damned. And I will get the love of my father, and I will do all of these things. And so I was the first female that, for some reason, I literally worked my tuchus off to be in this military space. And I was just gung-ho, dead set. I knew that it was historic. I needed to do the thing. And I was like, I have to be a part of this. I have to prove my father wrong, and I have to get his love. I have to do it. So I went into this military space. I fought and I did all the things, and I was the first female within whatever space it was. And during training, and this all literally came to me in one intense flash. So a lot of the times as you awaken, these moments can be so powerful and so crippling. So that's seriously why a foundation of meditation and mindfulness is imperative, absolutely imperative to your mental health and development as you ascend, as you awaken. I could not tell you, it's just without question, incorporate a version of meditation into your mornings, because when you receive downloads like this, when you have a dream like this, it knocks your frickin' socks off. So this again, I don't have to preface anymore. We're in the middle of a past life sexual trauma video. Sorry, I don't have to preface anymore. So basically during training, and I'm seeing myself in one of those hallways with bunk beds and stuff like that. And basically I was just sexualized and raped on a regular basis throughout training. On a regular basis. And I did not say a motherfucking thing. I didn't. I just let him do it. I was just like, whatever, that's fine. Because my mindset was, I have to do this. I have to continue down this path. I have to prove to my father that I am worthy, My guides are telling me, and I just this has a lot to do with the trans manipulation. I'm just saying this has a lot to do, because as you look, there's so much that happens within people that transition that really regret it. And a lot of it has to do with parental issues and fathering issues, and just unpacking those things. I don't know why that just came out, but that was another conversation. I touched upon that briefly in a video, body mods versus body modifications versus something. Where's the line? I forget. But definitely go check that video out. It's somewhere on my YouTube. It's down a few months ago. But I literally didn't care. I didn't care in that lifetime. I literally was just quiet as a mouse. I could have been smoking a cigarette and just letting them do whatever they wanted to me because they thought that that would affect me leaving. And I was like, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want to do. I have a purpose. I have a reason to be. I have a reason to be here and a reason to do this. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, they're referencing Monsters Inc. for the first video and really unpacking some daddy issues I've done a video on, and then there was Mother, but there's a whole Papa, can you hear me video that I will definitely start working on. I think we have Father's Day coming up. So the perfect time. Wonderful. But really the reason that I again, and I referenced this at the beginning of this video, the more I unpack my issues and traumas in this lifetime, the less access I have to these views. What a blessing. What a blessing, because I didn't have to have multidimensional spider webs of lifetimes, of fractals, of views of things, because I can work out my issues in this lifetime and unpack my traumas in this lifetime. So we don't need to experience them in a karmic loop, in a karmic cycle. You know, it's usually, you know, this is a version of me and my, you know, logo, I guess, for lack of a better term, because this is me right here, and this is my magical tent, and I usually pop up in the middle of your life when you're on this motherfucking merry-go-round. You're like, I don't want to be on this merry-go-round anymore. I know that my family is on this merry-go-round. I know some of my friends are on this merry-go-round. My work environments. I'm just going to get off the merry-go-round because I'm sick of these repeating motherfucking cycles. I'm sick of feeling this. I'm sick of feeling gross after doing certain things sexually for the man that I'm with. I'm sick of feeling like, why do I feel like I really wanted to do that, but then afterwards I just feel icky? Like, even watching this content, you might feel icky. You might feel like, I don't want to listen. I don't want to watch, and I don't know why. And you might just get all of these like weird things, like my belly is grumbling, and that usually means like within, like as a Reiki practitioner, it's taught when you have, you know, your belly grumbles or your throat has a thing or you get a headache after doing some healing, it means that there's energy that's moving, that's changing, that's clearing. It's clearing. So all my intention here is to just shine a light on things that you might not understand, dreams that you might have had that were really gross, really, really gross and really uncomfortable. Those are blessings. You know, there's also a video that I did a long time ago called Dreams and Multidimensionality 101. And dreams, I think it's, yeah, Dreams and Multidimensionality. I'll see if I can find that and put the link for that, because I think it's a very short video. But sometimes, you know, when you have a really icky dream and you don't have access to all these past lives, or you don't channel in the same way that I do, that's just your higher self and your soul showing you something that happened, or maybe could happen, or maybe did happen, whatever it may be. A fractal. Think of a fly's eye, where it's just like a one fractal, one little view, or a disco ball, if you will, one little view of something that you just needed to learn from. You just needed to learn the lessons so that when you drive down the road of life and you see this sign that's like, hey, do you want to listen to this like Sam Smith song? And you're like, actually, I'm good. No. That does not feel good. That does not vibrationally feel good. I'm actually okay. I like my soul intact. I do not want to do any of that. I'm just going to drive on by. So I would recommend, after this, what are they saying? Keeping a little bit of a dream journal, drinking a lot more water than you think is necessary, just to, all of this is, we're washing our souls. There's a spoken word poem that I wrote a very long time ago that I'm hearing the bits of it, and now it's called I Used To, and I'll record that again. I recorded it back in 2020, and I don't know if it's still on my Instagram page, but I'll re-record it with this beautiful microphone so you can get all the tones and vibrations from it. But I feel that one was about really healing from a verbally abusive relationship. And so, fun chat, everyone. Fun chat, right? So, please reach out directly. My email address is in the description. If I'm reopening my practice and ready to hold space for others again, my guides have given me specific instructions. So please reach out directly for one-on-ones. Half hour and full hour sessions are available. So please, if any of this resonates with you as well, there are links to donate for my PayPal as well as my Venmo. So if any of this information really resonates with you, it's an honor to be here, and it can be so uncomfortable to. I've always said in all my videos and all the sassy ones, like, God, I'll go first. I'm rambunctious AF, and I'll make sure to be the first one to do the things and have it happen. And yeah, good, bad, and ugly. Good, bad, and ugly. So even these are minimal experiences that I've had compared to others in this lifetime. There are, children still within the child sex trafficking space that just bless them. I'm very, very, very grateful to have had the experiences that I've had in this world, because I know that I'm here to help others that have gone through similar experiences. And so it's my honor to be here with you. Thank you for taking the time and for being brave and for being courageous. You are not alone. You are not alone, my dear starseed. You are not alone, my dear light worker. My kids, you're not alone. So thank you for being here. And please reach out directly. You do not have to comment publicly if you are uncomfortable in doing so. If enough people are keen, I can put together like a small group, a Zoom group. So please reach out directly and let me know how I can best help you in the confusion of having a lot of past life things come up in this capacity. It can be very, very confusing. So please let me know how I can best help. I'm beyond grateful for you, and I'm beyond grateful to be here. The crying is a beautiful release. It's a beautiful release. You're not alone. Ciao, darling.